The price of GPUs is too darn high, and we're here to discuss this on Beyond the Pixel right now.
It's a complete train wreck. Train wreck right now.
If this is your first time here on Joe, you're interrupting my intro.
Computer stacked on things.
All right, I'm muting Joe.
On top of paper.
You're killing me.
I got fucking
Mute. All right. This is your first time here on the podcast. Make sure you hit that subscribe and bell notification so you get notified when I go live here on the podcast. So, also another thing, question of the podcast: what is your GPU of choice? Are you an NVIDIA fan? Are you an AMD fan? You know, leave it in the comment section down below or here on the live stream. So now that Joe's done interrupting, and I'll finally unmute him. Interrupting my intro. I have a Mario sunglasses on. By the way, you can only get these at Toys R Us, but you know Toys R Us is about to be a thing of the past. And I swear to God, Joe, if you are eating, please mute yourself so we don't hear you hit all these clack-a-lackins and stuff. So, and I'm gonna have to mute my desktop too. Oh wait, yeah. Mute my desktop because I don't want to get a bunch of notifications. So, gentlemen, PC gaming is going to be like for the rich people only, like how America wants it right now. Everything only for the rich, because these graphic card prices are way too high. I feel like I need to just create a political campaign on why the GPU is too damn high. GTX's 1060 and up have at least been marked up by over 150% at a minimum. You know, when 960s were first released and you could buy one, it was like $200. A 1060, you know, next generation, I expect it to be a little bit more, but not $400 more. and that's the issue that we're running into. Just within a year of being released, my friends. It's over $400 increase on every single, if not more. GTX 1070s have been more than and doubled in price. You can find a 1080 Ti with maybe like water cooling, and it's $1,500. That's outrageous. So before we get on, I'm gonna introduce everyone to my co-host. We have Dismount, who's here on time.
Yo.
We got Joe, who's making dinner.
yo.
These are my merry men of these are my merry men of gaming. And you know what do you guys? I'm gonna take my glasses off for a bit. But what do you guys think of this this bull crap that is the skyrocketing inflation of the GPU?
Well, first off, I was getting ready to start building a new computer here in the next month. I've been kind of talking about it a little bit, but I feel like, I mean, I bought a 1050 Ti a few months ago and been pretty happy with it. It's got 4 gig of RAM. Like, it's a decent card, but it's not, you know, top of the line by any stretch of the imagination. So I was going to get, you know, a graphics card upgrade when I go to build my new PC. But now I'm thinking, like, I'm just going to have to bypass the whole graphics card, build the PC, and just take the graphics card out of my old ones. So I don't know, man. Just crazy.
So, all you crypto miners driving the price of graphics cards up need to stop.
Just don't do it.
You need to stop.
Like
you're
seriously,
not creating a graphics farm. Like, really, what it is, it's people like cryptocurrency is popular right now. I mean, every single big YouTuber. Like, I just opened up YouTube to watch the stream, and fucking H3 fucking. I mean, I don't mean to cuss. Has a thing knocking cryptocurrency right off the bat. Like, it's one of his first videos showing up. That penguin guy, he posted a video just talking about how bad he does it, how losing money in cryptocurrency is easy. So yeah, like, that's really what's driving the price up, is they aren't miners are just buying the graphics card to mine certain coins because the coins are popular right now, and it's a quick way to make money. I mean, I mine with my card, but I mine like maybe $70-$80 with Ethereum every 2 weeks, depending on its price. But I'm not doing a farm like most of these people are. But it's whack because I want to upgrade my PC too, and I was gonna go buy a 1080. but you can't even buy them.
No, because they're out of stock. Even if you find one, all right, next day it's gonna be out of stock. But also the price is for the same, just the one component of that PC is the cost of an actual PC a year ago.
Yeah, well, I was talking to a friend of mine that
It's ridiculous.
I was talking to a friend of mine that custom builds PCs, and she's asked me, like, I told her I wanted her to build me a PC this year, and she's like, what's your budget? And I was like, oh, $1,000 would be good. That would get me some decent stuff, I feel like. And she's like, yeah, I can get you like good stuff for $1,000. I was like, all right, cool. Well, now fuck, excuse my language, but to get a 1080 graphics card, there goes my whole PC budget.
Right.
So, I mean, when I can get a motherboard, a CPU, when I can get
everything
else, I can get everything else on my computer.
High end too.
Like I can get an i7 with like a Z 370 motherboard and a 700-watt power supply unit, and get liquid cooling for it and a case and everything for the price of one graphics card. That's ridiculous.
That's and the DDR4 RAM. You can't forget the DDR4 RAM.
Oh yeah, right.
But yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, I did like a little research earlier just on Newegg. All right, I found an open box 1070, 8 gig RAM, whatever, ACOG, whatever, a bunch of other stuff that I can't remember off the top of my head, and it was priced open box $400
for open box.
For an open box. This is what NVIDIA and AMD want to avoid, because there is going to be a huge oversaturation of used GPUs. Because I don't know how intensive that these GPUs would be used within these mining rigs, so I don't know how what the lifespan of these GPUs would be if you was to buy one used. A GPU can last you essentially until you actually want to upgrade
right
to a higher graphics card, to a new gen.
If you get a good quality one, that thing will last you for the life of your computer. So.
Right, and these people are buying up the good quality ones. So I don't know, after like using it, how well these GPUs would be used within, if you want to create a more budget rig, because you can't afford, like everyone else in the world, a darn new 1070 now. I was gonna cut off at 1070. I was looking at 1070 is good enough, but then you can't find it anywhere. And then I saw a mini version of the 1070. I don't know what's up with this new mini craze. I guess it's to fit more of the smaller micro ATX form motherboards, but it was double the price for a mini.
And a lot of people are trying to go for that mini or micro ATX style box, just because I feel like PC gaming and LAN events are getting more and more popular, and you have these more PC tournaments coming around. You've got the start of Overwatch League, so there's more of a demand for having a mobile desktop PC. So the micro stuff is starting to become more popular, and it's just like with anything else technology, as it advances, the older stuff gets smaller because they find new ways to make it, so everything's getting smaller. I went to FortCon last year, and the number of micro ATX cases that were there were, I would say probably 25% of the people there PC gaming had micro ATX cases. So they're getting more and more popular.
Oh yeah, dude. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
No, it's just. Oh, you're good. No, it's just that the fact that you're getting these micro ATX cards for the same price as a full size card is crazy, also.
And I actually, back in the day, 2015, I was actually thinking of going to LAN events, and it's not that expensive, because when you go to a LAN event, the games that are being played are not graphically intense at all. So I actually budgeted out. I didn't really budget my money, but I priced out how much it would be to create a micro I would say a micro gaming PC with a micro motherboard, micro ATX motherboard with a GTX at that time a mini 970. This was back in 2015. You know, 8 gigs of RAM, an i3 processor, you know, power supply, all that good stuff, and I got it to about $500. And this thing would have been able to play anything essentially at any LAN event, World of Warcraft, PUBG, any of it. It could do it all. And now, if you try to create an $850 graphics card, costs just as much as an upgradable. This thing was upgradable. I could switch out stuff in left and right. An upgradable, pretty kind of powerful PC, and I could create 2 of them almost with it being that much. So that's also another thing. It can actually be killing these LAN events because people can't afford to get the same level of quality. They kind of have to downgrade to like a lower card. I don't really want to put down the cards, but they're not as powerful as, you know, the 1070s. Right. So
as good as, I mean, 970s are essentially like getting, you know, a PS3 now, you know, because the 10 series NVIDIA cards are, you know, next gen. They're capable of doing the VR. They're capable of doing the 4K stuff now. So, I mean, essentially when you go with like a 9 series NVIDIA card, you're going with last gen technology. Which is still good. Don't get me wrong, it's still good. Like, you can still run stuff with it.
No, last gen technology would at least survive probably 2 more gens of just like of the competitive stuff, such as League of Legends, Dota 2, even PUBG. It would survive all of that because the minimum requires are so low for those games. Those would last you at least 7 years, 8 years. I don't know the actual life cycle of a generation. You know, when a new gen comes out, I don't think it's every year, but every 3 years probably.
I'd say with graphics cards, yeah, probably like every 3 years or so is when they start coming out with new stuff.
So, Joe, we haven't heard much from you. What are you thinking? What are you thinking over here being outside?
I'm back in the conversation.
Well, right. Joe, you was always part of a conversation. This is an open. This is an open forum.
No. I've been going on and off of mute. You know, I don't know anything about micro PCs, but I do know NVIDIA has released a statement to retailers to cut the sale of GPUs and limit them to 1 per customer. And they released it that gaming is their main platform and it's their main priority, and not crypto mining.
Right, and go ahead.
Yeah.
It was actually funny because I actually like joined like 2 Facebook groups, some PC enthusiasts, because, you know, joining YouTube groups that aren't by YouTubers is absolutely cancer. But I actually like posted this question earlier just to get some feedback and kind of get a feel of where PC gamers were, and I actually found out that they actually created, these companies created mining GPUs. However, they were not able to keep up with the demand. So then, like Asus, they just gave up. You know, Asus is always trying to strive for excellence. They haven't found it yet, but they're always striving to look for it. So they actually have a mining GPU, but it's specifically just for mining. But, you know, you can't tell a consumer, no, you cannot buy this because you're not a gamer, so get the hell out of here. No, they're gonna lie and like, I'm a gamer, so give me like 10 of those GTX. No, give me your entire stock of 1070s, liquid cooling, please. You know, they can't.
But the thing about those. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying they can't do that. The retailers, Best Buy, all the brick and mortar, even though brick and mortar is slowly dying, depending on who you're talking to.
Yeah, I mean, but beyond that, you gotta think those mining GPUs, yeah, they're really popular. But Kodak, I know, weird thing. Kodak, they announced a blockchain and an ICO, and they also released a GPU to mine cryptocurrency. But there's a catch. They will charge you $4,000 and they will take 50% of whatever you mined during that time, and they'll charge you a monthly fee to use their miner.
So people are just like,
it's all the craze
no.
right now. Yeah.
But-
Oh no. I mean, it drove the stock price up. I mean, I made money.
And then
then it'll crash and burn, just like they did with not switching to digital. Kodak never learns.
well, and then like I noticed like on NVIDIA's actual website, if you go to their website to go buy graphics cards, like they're like out of stock, and it says
All the time.
it's limit 2 per customer.
2. You don't even need, like, even with gaming, honestly, you don't, unless you're doing some I can't even think of, you're doing like 3-screen VR, I don't even know, everything's
It's kind of like the way things are going though, like because like both AMD now and NVIDIA are both going towards that the SLI, the Crossfire stuff, where you can run 2 GPUs in the same computer, run it on 2 monitors.
yeah, they always have that.
You get twice, yeah, but it's never been there. A lot of games don't support it.
Yeah, because it gets all jittery and
yeah, and the whole concept behind it was that basically like the way it was explained to me by a tech nerd that I know, like basically what it does is when you do it in SLI where you crossfire like the 2 graphics cards, so graphics card 1 processes the odd number frames, so frame 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 GPU 1 processes, and then GPU 2 processes frames 2, 4, 6, and 8, which is why it makes it difficult for game developers to incorporate SLI, because then you've got to have it to where it can actually send that information to both graphics cards. So it's something that I feel like could be in the future something good, especially with like VR and stuff becoming more and more powerful and more popular, and also 4K. I mean, if you have 2 graphics cards processing 4K stuff, it takes the load off of just having a single GPU, and makes it to where it's easier for graphics card companies to do it like that, because they don't have to have as powerful of a graphics card. You don't have to have like the high end. You can make your graphics card cheaper because you don't have to have like the crazy thermal paste, the crazy cooling capabilities, like all that stuff. You can just do it to where each one's only actually doing half the work, so you don't have to have as much supporting hardware for each graphics card.
I understand why some people want SLI. I personally will never find the need to SLI or Crossfire unless I'm rich. Then I'll just do it just because I can.
You might have like 18 screens up on your wall one day.
Gotta hack the mainframe, dog.
Dude, every time I get up, it's just different screens everywhere, so I can keep playing as I go.
You got YouTube in one screen, you got OBS in another screen, you got a game playing in one screen, you got YouTube songs playing in another screen, you got
chat on another screen.
Chat on another screen, you got adult material on another screen if you're into that kind of thing. I mean, there's so many possibilities.
That's why I need SLI in my life. But I foresee a crash coming soon, because Bitcoin, because when the coin crashes, right, and it will at some point, don't know when, but it will. Because when Bitcoin crashed, a lot of these other coins are going to crash and burn with it. Because a lot of coins you can only trade for Bitcoin, so that doesn't make sense. So their value is based off of Bitcoin, I believe. When I can only trade for Bitcoin, that's what I'm basing the value off of. It's kind of like with stocks. The stock value is based on the dollar. So this one stock is worth $100 something. But if the dollar crashes, I mean, guess what? Your stock is worthless. Besides the overall whatever. So
stocks are a little different because you have the world economy to take into consideration.
Well, now you got the world cryptocurrency dismount to take in consideration. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but the dollar might crash, but the euro might be doing crazy good. So you can't really base it on that. But
I mean, that was just an example dismount. I didn't know the intricacies of world trading. Now, I was just trying to keep it at a high level.
I was here for an economics lesson.
Exactly. This isn't freaking macroeconomics. Dude, take that crap back to school.
Bad. Sorry, I'm sorry to poop on your parade. No, my whole thing with the Bitcoin and stuff is like it's awesome right now, and the reason it's awesome right now is because of the popularity of it, and people are actually buying into it. They're actually paying actual money to buy into it,
and no government regulations.
Well, and you can't regulate it
yet
through the government because it's a worldwide thing. I mean, the U.S. can't regulate Bitcoin because people in India are getting it, people in Europe are getting it, people in China are getting it. Like the U.S. can't really regulate it because it's not in the U.S. But
we'll find a way.
My thing with it is like right now it's popular and it's going up because people are actually buying into it. They're paying actual money to get digital currency. With all this going on with the GPUs rising and stuff, means that there's an influx of people that are just planning on mining for it and getting it for free. Essentially, I mean, I know it costs. There's a whole formula to look up to see how much power you're using and blah 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 to where it's
and the coin,
economically sound to mine for it. But with the influx of people mining for it, getting it for free, I mean, it's just like anything else. If I'm paying money for it, if more people are buying into it, it's going to go up because people are paying real money. So that means the value of it's higher. But if people are getting it for free, it's not going to be worth anything because nobody actually has to pay anything to get it. So it's going to crash.
And when it crashes, GPU prices will finally fall by $1.
Thank God. And I'll be able to build a new PC.
But
I take that back. I'll be able to buy a graphics card for my new PC that I built for the same price as the graphics card was now.
Right.
Gotta start somewhere.
But like I said earlier, it's going to cause an influx of a bunch of used GPUs entering the market, and they're going to be dirt cheap.
I'm okay with it. I'll buy a 1080 Ti for $50 because everybody has 90 of them.
Right, and the value of these graphic cards are going to dramatically decrease. That's why NVIDIA wants to slow it down, because think about it, you can only get one iPad per customer, like per day. Imagine if you could buy 1 million iPads when it first came out. It would be too oversaturated with iPads. So then when the new iPad comes out, now you got a bunch of used iPads that are going to be like $50, and Apple didn't want that.
You mean
now.
You mean like the classic retro NES that comes preloaded with like 36 games?
Exactly.
Have everybody bought those up and like sold them on eBay for like quadruple the money they paid for them?
Or like when the Google Glass came out, the tokens for it.
Years you'll be able to buy one for like $20 on eBay because nobody wants them.
Go ahead, Joe.
No, I mean, this is pretty much the same situation. It's price gouging. I mean, it's with everything. With the PS3 shortage, the Wii U shortage, the Nintendo Switch
shortage. There was never a Wii U shortage, Joe. Let's get that straight.
No,
there was always a Wii U.
No, there was a long time where you could not get the Wii U because I remember we didn't get one for like 2 or 3 years because you just couldn't find them anywhere. My girlfriend really wanted one because of Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, so you got to understand that even like all these people are going to buy it, they're going to drive the price up, but there's bot accounts who just, anytime something pops up on a website, so if you go to Fry's Electronics and it shows up on the website, people have algorithms, and it shows up and they instantly buy for a certain amount. So, I mean, that's all that's going on. It's with everything, and then people resell them on eBay to make their money, or they're double the money. It's economics, bro. It's a free market.
It's economics.
Capitalism at its finest.
We need more government regulations to prevent this. Where's Make America Great Again? Put a tariff on these.
That's communism.
This is not fair. Oh, wait. Capitalism is not about being fair. It's about just getting the money. Yep. But I want to move on.
Money.
I'll move on to our next subject here because, it's an interesting subject. It's a thing that we'll always be facing in our daily lives, competitive gaming, in online multiplayers in general, and that is hacking. PUBG just recently had banned over 100,000 hackers from their game. And let me tell you, gentlemen, this does not matter. And just because they banned 100,000 people doesn't mean there's not over another million people that are hacking in this game. I mean, 100,000 people is like people watching all the viewers on Twitch. That's it. I don't even know those people, but it really doesn't matter because they're still hacking. I could go on a hack site right now, buy a hacking tool to hack. For what? I don't know. I don't know what I would use it for, but you know, these companies that ban hackers, obviously we don't want hackers in our game, but I'm gonna propose to the opposition something that I feel like it's kind of necessary, and I might get a lot of heat for it. But, you know, we need to put a wall around our regions. We need a wall. But for real, we need we need to build a wall around the entire region of North America, from EU, from China, from Korea, because actually region locking is something that kind of should be implemented. Because think about it, why would I want to play with someone who's from China? Not trying to be racist here, but just because of their geolocation. Okay, why in the heck, me in America, you know, you want to connect to the closest server to you because you want the lowest ping. So why would I want to play against someone that's going to give me 150 ping when I can play on my own server that is 20 ping? And I say this because we all know that games benefit the person with the lowest ping. The person with the highest ping always gets screwed over. Purpose of the lowest ping, you know, you shoot at them 50 times, all right? But because of a lag, the game's going to compensate and push them away from your bullets. Not just because it's missing. We've all seen it, where you're shooting at this person, but because they're lagging, because they're on the higher ping, they essentially ghost your bullets. And this is seen a lot on PUBG apparently. And I feel it a lot, especially playing on Xbox. You can pick whatever region you want just starting in Xbox.
Yeah,
so,
true.
You know, what do you guys think? You know, should we region lock?
I mean, certain games require I feel like that level of being able to go to different regions for competition purposes. I mean, if like let's take League of Legends for example. I mean, you look at the Asian, Korean level of gameplay for League of Legends compared to North American. It's a completely different level of competition. So if you completely block the ability to be able to play against those people, the North American players are never going to get better because they're always playing against North American players. So you're only playing against that level of competition.
Oh, dismount. With League, you have to be in that region to play on that server. I know. So you have to go to Korea like they all do, and then solo queue there.
Well, like, okay, well, let me take off League of Legends. Let me put out StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2, you can play in any region, competitive-wise. Like, to play, you know, like, for, like, the pro points or whatever, you have to be in that region to play in that, just like with Call of Duty now. The Call of Duty, for their pro points, which I'm involved in, like, to be able to play in North America Pro Points League on game battles, your IP address has to be in North America. If it's not, it'll pop up a message and say you're not eligible to play in this region. So I think to a certain extent, like, geo blocking works for some things but doesn't work for other things. And I feel like it only hurts the pro scene for a lot of things just because of the fact, like I said, with the competition level, certain games, like, you know, the Koreans are just going to be better at it because that's what they do.
Every non-shooting game.
Yeah, pretty much. StarCraft, League of Legends. Right, you know, yeah, Shanghai is like #1, I think, right now. Yeah.
No, Shanghai is the worst team.
They're not
That's the Chinese team. Yeah, they are the worst team.
No.
I guarantee you the Shanghai Dragons are the
I thought it
worst
was
team.
Gladiators or something.
Shanghai Dragons are only 0-2, and right now Dallas is 0-3. So, but anyhow, yeah, Seoul is the #1 team, which is a Korean team. Again, back to my whole. So you have to have that ability to be able to go across borders and across ponds to be able to up that level of competition and be able to play on their level. But at the same time, for casual play, I totally agree with the whole geo blocking. If you're just doing casual play, like I want to play against other North American teams, I don't want to have a 170 ping while I'm playing a regular game as compared to 12 ping because I'm playing a North American team. I think for competitive wise, geo blocking is a bad thing. I think for casual gaming, geo blocking is a great thing.
Yeah, PUBG announced that they're gonna separate the China server completely because that's where they detected most of the cheats are coming from. And since you can pick any server they want, they announced they'll be looking to region blocking that whole area, Asia and China, and then banning people. I think they just released a new thing on their test server to check more for cheats. I mean, even like Fortnite took 2 or 3 people to court and made them apologize. I mean, there's a ton of things that the companies can do.
Man, you gotta promise not to ever cheat again. Oh, we're sorry.
Yeah, but they literally took them in front of a judge. Like there was no like block from the server for 24 hours. They took them to court and was like banhammer to the ultimate, as high as you can go. When he drops the gavel on the court thing saying, "You sir are going to jail for the next 30 years."
Well, I think
cheating on PUBG.
Right. Well, I think these companies just need to honestly just have in their privacy policy the terms and conditions, which everyone accepts when you play the game, that if you're caught cheating, they should just fine them. You know.
I don't want to be fined. I don't want to give any corporate company my money, man.
Then why are you cheating, Joe?
I don't cheat. I'm just saying, like overall, you're not getting my money. Like no.
I'm saying only for the cheaters. If they wanted to deter cheaters, you find them.
There's like IP masking and stuff that you can do, but
yeah, there's all kinds of things
IP bans would be a great thing, and if they could find a way to get around the whole IP masking, that would be awesome too, because then you could literally block that person from being able to play on PUBG ever again. Because what these so my Dismount 19K account got banned for cheating. Okay, so I can create the account Dismount 19K 01, and now I'm playing on PUBG again. Then 2 hours later, because it's a free to play game. So what did it cost me?
Yeah, and those people who were cheating on Fortnite were considered, they call them like hostile cheaters or something. They were purposely like selling cheats and like actively cheating every game just to like, I don't know, for giggles, just to prove they're better than them. It's like people who use
for the fuzzies.
Anonymous is doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But also back to the Overwatch League, Shanghai Dragons last place and Dallas Fuelers last place. They're both one's 0-4 and one's 0-5. And CL Dynasty and London Spitfire. CL Dynasty is 5-0 and London's 5-0.
Just a random thing is, my opinion is Dallas is one of the top 5 teams, but their schedule has been the hardest so far in the Overwatch League. They've played all of the top teams so far, and I think the latter half of the season they're gonna just wreck everybody else that they play.
Yeah, I mean, this is the inaugural season, so I mean, we could go into esports and discuss why Koreans are so dominant compared to other regions. I mean, that's just the culture of Korea. So, but we're gonna stay on topic with the hacking.
I mean, StarCraft esports started in Korea.
Right. So, I mean, LC, same thing with League of Legends.
People literally died playing StarCraft because they just played it for hours and hours, like days on end, and didn't drink anything. And so they got so dehydrated that they died from playing StarCraft.
Remember, kids, for every kill you get, make sure you drink 2 sips of water. Take a shot of water.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know. I don't enjoy any game that much.
Yeah, I can't
enjoy it either, but they were like, I gotta be the best at this game.
Right, they gotta be the best, and because once you start slacking, you get replaced. You know, unlike here in America, you know, we wait till your contract's up and then we'll replace you with another crappy
We'll sign
crappy
you back.
person.
We'll just put you on second roster.
Right. Unless you, which is, you know, we're going to talk about that in a different type of podcast, you know, the esports roundtable or whatever we're going to call that, where we discuss esports culture and stuff like that, which is going to be cool. That'll be on the Team Jozu site. But, you know, with the hacking.
Speaking of which, we're going to be doing esports podcast here coming soon.
Yeah. So I haven't come up with a name for it yet. If you guys have any names, we should call the esports podcast, because it's kind of going to be touching on esports culture and stuff like that. Try to get some guests on there. You know, I've been working hard trying to get guests, because we're going to talk about Dragon Ball FighterZ next week, because that comes out tonight midnight. But we gotta get back on topic, guys. We'll discuss this off table. Hackers. Why are they DDoSing everywhere? No, but you know, I don't get why people cheat. You know, I don't understand the mentality of cheating, especially like Twitch streamers. They're a common brew to be, you know, cheating.
Oh yeah.
They're like, you know, you just gotta type in Twitch, and the first thing that pops up on YouTube is cheaters, or caught cheating. I don't get it with Twitch. I don't understand, because I don't care how good you are. If you have a boring personality and you're just boring in general, I'm not going to pay any attention to you. I'm gonna click off your stream in the very few hours of. I don't even allocate time to Twitch unless it's a esports thing right now. But I don't get why Twitch people do it. What do you guys think? You know, is it for the views? Is it for the subs? They do it for the Vine?
I really, honestly, all you gotta do is do it for the Vine. I don't understand why. I mean, to me, I'm a big Call of Duty player, as pretty much everybody knows, and like, you get these people using aimbots and stuff, and to me that just takes away from the. I'm an achievement driven kind of person, so if you're using an aimbot, that just takes away from knowing that, hey, I'm that good that I got, you know, all my guns diamond, I got master prestige on my own, you know, just doing it from pure gun skill and grinding the game. I personally don't understand the whole concept of cheating and hacking and using aimbots and you know, wall hacks and shit like that, where you have an advantage over the other player to the point where it doesn't make it fair, to where you didn't really win that gunfight, you had an advantage over them. And I know in the military, like, you always strive to have an advantage over the enemy, and we have drones and we have UAVs, kinds of stuff to, you know, help us in our fight, but that's life and death. This is a video game.
Yeah, you can't be wall hacking in real life. Dismount. Yeah, it's not okay.
You can wall hack in real life. I mean, there's UAVs. Hey, you got two guys on the other side of the wall that you're on. Okay, Roger. Toss a frag over. Bam, they're dead. But this is a game. Like, this is supposed to be for fun. This is supposed to be for entertainment, enjoyment, and to know, hey, I'm better than this person. You know, for the people that want to be, I want to be number one on the leaderboard, then get good at the game. Like, know that you did your best and you trained enough and you did enough to get to that point. Not that you found a cool computer program that made you able to get to that point. You didn't do anything unless you wrote the program, and if you wrote the program, then hey, more power to you, because if you wrote the coding to be able to do that stuff and you got to number one in the world because you wrote the code for that, hey, I'm still going to hate you and you're still a hacker, but guess what?
You achieved your goal.
You put in the time, you put in the work. But it's just, to me, it doesn't make sense to do something that is meant for enjoyment. It's meant for a pastime. It's meant for a release from reality, to have to cheat your way through it. And I'm not even going to get into that. Yeah, that's my point.
Joe, what's your point?
What's my point? Oh my goodness. All right. Why do people cheat in video games? Like, I think I told you that guy about my friend who he was telling me he used to cheat on Xbox all the time. He would He downloaded a hack map off the internet, put it on a USB drive. He would slow the CD in his Xbox, and it would pull the data from the USB. And every time he queued in a match online, he would be on a map, and he had like aimbot and like unlimited health and God mode. And he just said he did it for fun, just to mess with people, which I think that's all cheating is. Like,
yeah, it's to troll.
Like, it's troll. But if you think of everything like Twitch streamers, like,
yeah, what I don't get with
that's
that.
Life or death to them, man. Like, if they don't have like a hook or anything, then they rely on their skill in the game. And they're like,
got
oh,
no
look,
skill.
I'm Challenger, or I'm Diamond, or I'm Plat CS:GO, or League of Legends. Like, there are people who specifically seek out those players.
I could see the whole trolling thing, like especially on YouTube and Twitch, like for those guys that do the like the rage videos. We have the kids like raging on video. Like if you had a hack to where you couldn't die and you could just kill them all the time, like that would be funny because you're just killing them all the time and they're just raging. Oh my god, how did you do that? You know, the dumb shit that you see on there. But yeah, so I can see that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but like that. To me, I love watching videos like that where somebody's just like trolling somebody so hard and like they just get so mad, and I love it.
Yeah, see, I'm completely opposite. I'm like, oh man, get a life, dude.
You almost made Joe mad. Like, get an effing life. But
yeah, it's like I was thinking today, like, have you ever heard of Tom Clancy's End War? Like, there was
I love that game.
A pact in PvP. You don't kill the other person's units. You let them extract when they're dead. And if you kill the units, you get an angry message. That was life or death right there. If you kill someone's like elite, like class, like level 8, like infantry, bro, you're getting like 18. You're probably getting hacked right there by some hardcore player.
I never played the PvP, but like it's war, bro. Like that's how you do it. Like you don't. Hey, you either capture the enemy or you kill them. Like there is no letting them escape.
Well, even in Dark Souls, there's a lot of hackers in there, and I truly believe with Dark Souls, if you're hacking in there for like infinite life or infinite Estus, or there's with PS4 it's very easy to take advantage of a lag, so you dodge roll something, but you get hit or you get hit like a mile away. You could report them through Sony, luckily, but I mean. Dark Souls luckily puts all the hackers together, so if you get caught hacking, you can keep playing the game, but you get.
There's that one Dark Souls hacker who would go into people's worlds and pretty much break their whole game and force them to restart. Yeah.
Well, in the first Dark Souls, actually, there was like this hack where, not this hack, but like if you were caught hacking, like these giants essentially would be summoned into your world, wherever you're, I think, hollow or use humanity, restores your humanity, and they would kill you. You could not kill them at all, and they appeared, I think, every time. So it was awesome.
Very, very easy to cheat on console. People think like, oh, it's so hard to cheat on console. Man, I was on Xbox playing Borderlands, and you know how you could go co-op fight bosses. This one dude, he came in and he's like, he just dropped a bunch of guns on the ground and med kits and like all this stuff. He gave me like an automatic rocket launcher, and he just shot infinite bullets doing 999 damage. And then he gives you like a health kit that gives you unlimited shield regeneration. I mean, it's very easy. I mean, there's people all over who do it, and people think like, oh, console, there's no hackers. Like, there is.
No, it's all code. That's it. That's all it is. It's all you're doing is manipulating the code, and people don't realize that how easy it is to do. Because you're putting in, I don't know, but just don't do it, kids. Don't hack. Get good. That's my motto. Don't hack. Just get good, kid. If you get good, you can actually enjoy the game. If you're bad, then you're going to be bronze 5 for the rest of your life. Learn the ways of the game. And I feel like that's why a lot of people hack in competitive games, is because they don't want to learn. They just want to feel like they're the best and get diamond whatever, since every game has like a diamond prestige of some kind. Yeah. But I mean, with League of Legends, it's very obvious if you're hacking. Luckily, because there's a lot of scripting people do, so they'll use scripts to like essentially automatically dodge everything. And like some abilities are just not dodgeable because it's either point and click. So the script can't allow you to dodge that, or because of the way a certain ability is in your level and movement speed, you can't really dodge that. And if you're dodging it, then you're obviously hardcore hacking. Like Zeref shoots as a champion mid lane, and he shoots a Q, and it's very almost impossible to dodge level 1 if he aims it pretty much in the middle of your hitbox, because your movement speed is so slow that it's very difficult to dodge. Unless he just straight up miss, you're not going to dodge it. But if you're dodging it at level 1 very well, either A, the Zero is bad, or B, you're scripting. So that's how I feel like why some people just cheat is because they don't want to take the time to learn the game. They feel like they want to be the best right now by scripting, or they feel like they're inferior, so they need a script to help themselves. So I say just put them all on one server and let them fight each other in a never endless war of not hitting each other.
Yes. All right.
So, all right. So, final thoughts, guys. What do you guys think of this PUBG ban? Do you think it's really? Are we going to expect some more bans coming out soon? What do you guys think?
Yeah, they're already working on their anti-cheat, and they've tested it in the test server. So they'll be doing more stuff. They region locked China, so that should cut down. I mean, honestly, I think it was driving people away. I guess it was a huge problem. Like, it was posted everywhere. So, yeah, I don't know. I think give it time, it'll all come together. It'll work. They'll ban everyone they need to ban. What about you, Morpheus?
There's gonna be more hackers. I mean, I just typed in PUBG cheating, and there's wall hacking, infinite health, infinite ammo, all this crap, which I feel like people get. You know, especially when you just land, you search one building, and then they have like full everything, and you're like, this is some bull crap right now. I only here got a pistol and a level 1 helmet. We just landed 1 minute in the game, and I'm getting rolled up by 2 people who have full body armor, a helmet, and a shotgun. I don't think PUBG is that unforgiving. So, what do you think, Dismount?
I don't even know what to think, man. Like,
this is what you'll think then.
This is.
I don't even know. Like, I just don't even know what to say about it. Like,
People just need to get good. Stop hacking. Enjoy life.
Yeah, like I said, it's supposed to be this. Video games are supposed to be for fun. It's supposed to be a release from everyday normal life. That's why video games were created, was to, you know, it's just like going to a concert, going to an opera if you're into that kind of thing, going to a movie, watching football on TV. It's supposed to be a release from like everyday normal life, just to be able to get you out of everything and get your mind right again. And for people to take it like competitive gaming, like I get, like, that's some people's livelihood, but if it's not, and you're gonna hack to win, like, why even play the game? Like, why play something that's meant to be fun for everybody if your sole purpose is to just be quote unquote good at something, so you have to use hacks to get yourself to that point? I don't know. I think it's this. That's a political discussion. I'm not going to get into that, but
stay away from the politics, Dismount.
I'm staying away from it. I was like, nope, not even going to get it.
Don't even bring it up.
To me, it's just that whole mentality of I have to be perfect or I'm not good. And if that's your whole mentality, then video games is not for you. Like, don't ruin it for everybody else that just wants to get in here and have a good time and, you know, get away from, you know, their 9-to-5 job. That's just me.
So, yeah, hacking, kids, don't do it. Get good. you know, if you're not playing competitively,
man.
right? If you're not playing competitively, you know, don't be a jerk, don't be a troll, you know.
Even if you are playing competitively, like
Yeah, don't do it.
Just get good. Like just put in the time, put in the grind. Like
You know, just
watch YouTube. I mean, YouTube is abundant out there for like tips and tricks on how to be good at different things. And
right. There's a guide for everything on YouTube when it comes to competitive gaming.
I mean, there's simple stuff like with Call of Duty, that you know my old clan that I used to run with, like we would like have these like private sessions where we just get in like the one guy that was really good at the game. He would just like watch us and watch what we did in 1v1s, and there was little things like you're aiming your cursor below the horizon, so you're constantly having to bring your gun up to engage in the gunfight. Whereas the other person's already got their gun up there, so they're already going to get one or two shots off on you before you can even get your gun up on them. Just little stuff like that, and you can go and you can watch these YouTube tutorials on how to do stuff like that to be able to be better at the game. Do that. Put the time in. Put the time and effort into getting better at the game rather than putting the time in to research how to download a hack to your PS4 so that you can aimbot somebody in the head every time.
Right. Get a coach. You know, there's a lot of services out there that you can get a coach, or just go on forums and just find one for free.
Well, there's services out there now where you can play with pro gamers.
Yeah, or you know, guides. You can actually buy guides, and it tells you what you should be doing for this role. Like, you know, there's League of Legends guys, there's Call of Duty guys, CS:GO guys, StarCraft guides, you know, Overwatch guys. You know, even though Overwatch is just, you know, forget that game. If you're trying to climb, you better have a team of 6 and just do that.
Yeah.
Like, for real, you cannot solo carry. I don't believe you can solo carry in Overwatch because it's too dark. It's too difficult, way too difficult. So find some buddies that want to actually get as competitive as you, and you know, all y'all get good. But that's all the time we have for today. I'm gonna thank my co-host Dismount and Joe, who showed up super late, by the way. But thank you guys for coming by.
He was just making food.
Oh yeah, he was just making food, didn't share with anyone.
Yeah, I didn't get shit.
So thank you guys for coming by. Make sure you hit that subscribe and bell notification so you get notified when I go live. You know, I do live streams, do the morning pixels coming at some point. We're going to have our own esports. We have our own esports channel, but we're going to actually start uploading to that relatively soon. So, and we have a link to our website where we post amazing esports content. So if you're into that certain thing, I have a link to our website down below in the description. So make sure you guys check that out. Hashtag no Call of Duty. Hashtag League of Legends for life. Except when you play it, when you say F that game, uninstall it right now. It'll raise your blood pressure. But thank you guys for stopping by. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.